The Dodgers blasted 4 homers in their win over them and drove in 4 runs. They go for the sweep this afternoon. And Dodgers part owner Todd Boehly has closed on Premier League powerhouse Chelsea for north of $5 billion. I'm Misty Jordan.
Do you need new blinds or shades? Blindster offers custom-made blind shades and shutters shipped directly to you at prices less than big box retailers. Visit Blindster.com now to save 50% off during their Memorial Day sale. Sale ends soon, so shop today. Blindster.com.
I want to make your life easier, because if you go to the grocery store and you see some poor person trying to put one of those big cases of bottled water into their cart or on the bottom portion of it, they're messing around. They can't get it on there. They're grunting. I know it's very embarrassing. I don't want that to be you. Plus, buying bottled water is expensive, and it causes tons of plastic waste. So give yourself a break and just get a LifeSource whole house water system, because when you do, you'll enjoy delicious quality filtered water coming out of every faucet in your home with no maintenance. These puppies are maintenance free. So with the LifeSource water system, there's no salt to change, no filters to change. Plus, you're going to reduce your hard water problems and your scale buildup when you get a LifeSource water system. And when you shower with a LifeSource water system, your skin and your hair are softer because you get rid of all the harsh chemicals like chlorine and chloramines with the LifeSource whole house water system. So own a brand new LifeSource water filtration system for as little as $86 a month on approved credit with their easy and convenient payment plan. Call them at 800-803-2696. That's 800-803-2696, or visit LifeSourceWater.com. LifeSource Water, taste and feel the difference.
I never appreciated what I had growing up. In short, I was an ingrate. Hello, I'm John Okoyan, founder of Rooter Hero Plumbing. I used to take everything for granted. I assumed my father would live forever. He didn't. When I only got one Christmas gift, I threw a tantrum. And when things didn't go my way, I wasn't pleasant to be around. Today, I keep a gratitude journal. I'm grateful for my family for the love they give me, my successes, and my failures for the lessons they teach me. I'm also grateful for my team for the 5-star service they provide our customers. Spring is a time of rebirth. Rooter Hero encourages you to show gratitude this month and watch your life fill to the brim with joy. One other thing I'm grateful for is you, our customer. As usual, Rooter Hero Plumbing will cable your drain for only $77. Call Rooter Hero Plumbing at 866-DRAIN-77. That's 866-DRAIN-77. Thank you.
Yeah, 102-8886.
If you've listened to Handle on the Law for any length of time, you'll notice that I have never recommended a lemon law lawyer. Never found one I'm comfortable with until now. So let me introduce you to the Knight Law Group. If you've bought or leased a car and gone back repeatedly for a car repair to no avail, you may have a lemon on your hands. And you have rights under the California lemon law. Every year, car manufacturers produce and sell cars that have real problems, and you're stuck with them. Well, you can actually do something about it now. Call the Knight Law Group. They can help you get rid of your lemon and get your money back. And you don't pay anything out of pocket. Call for a free consultation. Call the Knight Law Group at 844-43-LEMON, 844-43-LEMON, or visit knightlaw.com. That's Knight with a K. knightlaw.com.
Paid spokesperson. Every case is different. Results vary. Courtesy of Roger Kiernos, Knight Law Group, LLP.
Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Vivek Murthy, and I have the privilege of serving as U.S. Surgeon General. I'm proud to join the Child Mind Institute for their Dare to Share campaign, because one of the biggest barriers to mental health care in our country is the stigma associated with seeking help is to be human, and that we all have the power to help each other heal.
If you or a young person you know is struggling, please visit childmind.org for help and resources.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
KFI AM 640. The news. What it means. Why it matters.
I actually want to take you live to Fox News right now, doing an interview with Lieutenant Chris Olivares from the Texas Department of Public Safety.
Entering into that classroom, you have a large group of children, teachers inside that classroom. He is armed with a rifle with numerous rounds of ammunition, so it's a matter of seconds that he can kill as many people inside that classroom. So we got to give praise to those brave men and women of law enforcement that put their lives on the line between the shooter and those children to try to preserve any further loss of life. But again, that can happen in a matter of seconds. And of course, no telling what could have taken place if those law enforcement officers did not respond in time.
Yeah, Lieutenant, 19 students, 2 teachers. That sounds like what most classrooms are made up of. about 19, 20 kids,
Right.
a primary teacher, and then a secondary teacher. Did anyone survive inside that classroom, and did he just shoot people inside that one classroom?
Right, so what we do know right now is that he barricaded himself inside that classroom, and then again, just having no regard for human lives, just an evil person, just shooting numerous children, teachers that were inside that classroom. We do know that there was multiple children that did survive, that were injured. I do not have the exact number at this time, but we will continue to provide updates as we continue this investigation.
Any idea, can I ask one more follow-up? Sure. Any idea if he was planning on going into that classroom, or did he just happen to have a car crash right next to the elementary school, and he was mad, he just killed his grandmother, and then he ran in?
We're still trying to determine that, working with FBI, working with ATF, to, try to determine if there was any prior indicators, any red flags, checking social media platforms as well to see if there was any initial signs that he was going to conduct a mass shooting, especially in particular this school here in Uvalde, Texas.
Well, it sounds like, and I appreciate your question, Ainsley, it sounds like much of the focus was in one classroom, although I understand there's still details to be fleshed out on that. Can you tell me, Lieutenant, about the role of the killing of his grandmother? Was that something that took place at his home and then he took off in his car? Was she in the car? I haven't been able to place that particular moment and what it may or may not have led to in this larger picture.
Right, so that was the initial event. So these are two separate events. We have the domestic disturbance that occurred between the shooter and his grandmother inside the residence where this shooter was residing with his grandparents. He did shoot his grandmother. The grandmother right now is in critical condition. So we're hoping that she pulls through. Our prayers are with her, also with the victims and the families here, and also the entire community here in Uvalde, Texas. So she's going to be a key witness to this investigation to be able to identify any prior history with this individual, this shooter.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's
I didn't know that. I thought the grandmother had died. I'm glad she's still alive.
Into what happened here. Lieutenant, I really
Again, you're listening to, this was Fox News this morning, and they had Lieutenant Oliveras on in Texas now, giving the very latest on the situation there. So a couple of things that we just learned out of that interview. First off, it looks like it was not, I know, because when Ainsley asked that question, that is one of the things that I was concerned about. When they said that 19 kids had been killed and 2 teachers, I thought, did he literally take out an entire classroom? And so that's wonderful news to hear from the lieutenant that, in fact, there were children who survived that. I don't know if that means that the 2 teachers who were in that classroom were the 2 who were killed. Again, we're still trying to, we know that there was one 45-year-old teacher who has been identified as a 4th grade teacher who was killed in the attack. We don't know the identity of the second adult killed in the attack. And that is wonderful news now that the grandmother, let me rephrase that. It's wonderful news that she is alive. She is in critical condition, though. And this, of course, all we're just recapping for everybody here. The shooting that took place in Uvalde, Texas yesterday, where 19 kids were killed and 2 adults were also killed in the shooting at an elementary school. As far as the grandmother goes, I brought this up earlier when I thought that the grandmother had passed away, that it was bad for the investigation that the grandmother had passed away, on top of it just, of course, being a loss of life, but they would not have an opportunity to find out what sparked this. They wouldn't have an opportunity to find out why he was so upset, why he shot the grandmother, why he went on this rampage, and if there were any signs in the home. Now, when one of the anchors there mentioned that, or asked, what precipitated this, was the grandmother with him, those sorts of things. This is where Fox and ABC News differ just a little bit. According to ABC News, when we spoke with Jim Ryan earlier this morning, who's on the scene in Uvalde, Texas, that the shooting of the grandmother happened, and then the grandson took the truck, put his ammo in it, put his guns in it, and then took off. And again, we're still trying to figure out, did he crash? Apparently he had trouble driving the truck. So they said he had trouble putting it in gear, which makes me think, okay, it was a stick. He didn't know how to drive a stick. Finally gets it in gear, he drives away. Then he crashes it into a concrete drainage ditch kind of thing. Was that intentional? Did he plan to go into the school? Or did he just crash and went, well, there's my first target, it's a school, I'll go in there? That we won't know. But like the lieutenant was saying, it's his social media that'll probably give us that information. And then, though, when it comes to who did he live with, because when you go back to a situation like this, you have to start asking the questions. What signs were missed along the way? What did the adults in his life maybe dismiss or not see? Things like that. And so the fact that he killed his grandmother, did he live with his grandparents? We now understand from the lieutenant, yes, he did. Were his parents also in that house? That I don't know. I don't know anything yet about the parents. There's been no concrete evidence as to whether or not they were a part of his life. But at least we've got some new information this morning that will give us an update on that. We're also waiting for the actual news conference to happen from investigators so that we can get the latest on the investigation overnight. And then at 10 o'clock this morning, so Gary and Shannon time, Governor Abbott of Texas is also expected to make a news conference on this story. This is KFI and KOSTHD2 Los Angeles. Let's get another look at your drive this morning. We'll check the 60 with Nick Pagliocchini.
It's going to be a busy one for you as you're making your way through the Boyle Heights area. Actually coming off the eastbound side of the, westbound side of the 60, leaving the 710 out of East LA. There we go. It's going to be a busy drive for you as you make your way toward Boyle Heights, and that's likely due to folks that are avoiding the 10, because the 10 west, St. Bernardino Freeway transition to the 5 southbound. Got a crash blocking the right lane of that connecting roadway. Definitely seeing a rough go for your drive. On the westbound side of the 10 approaching the 5. 5 northbound, unrelated but heavy for you out of Norwalk and Santa Fe Springs in heavy stretches from before the 605. 5 northbound, you will see those delays toward downtown LA on the 101. And the northbound side of the 101 going to be still going for you through downtown LA from 4th as you head toward the 110. Westbound side of the 10 Santa Monica Freeway, seeing a possible problem for you not too far from Alameda. Caltrans crews are working in lanes overnight. Westbound 10 going to be busy for you leaving Alameda Street as you make your way toward the 110, and then further westbound on the 10, going to be patchy for your drive through Mid-City toward La Brea. I got an update of something slowing you down. Pound 250 on your cell phone, keyword KFI traffic. KFI and this guy helps get you there faster. I'm Nick Pagliocchini.
Where can you find a super selection of new and pre-owned vehicles? At Norm Reeves Honda Superstore during our Norm Reeves Memorial Day event, where we make upgrading easy all month long. Get a fast and fair appraisal when you choose to trade or return any Honda lease to one of our 5 Honda Lease Return Super Centers. Shop our super selection of fuel-efficient used and certified pre-owned Hondas. If it's a new and customized Honda you're looking for, our friendly team will help you pre-order your Honda, including the incoming all-new 2023 Honda HR-V, coming soon. So trade to upgrade today. Visit our super award-winning Norm Reeves Honda Superstore locations in Huntington Beach, West Covina, the Irvine Auto Center, Vista, and the #1 Honda store in the world in the Cerritos Auto Square. Shop online at normreeves.com.
As for Global Honda New Vehicle Sales 2021.
You know, every 3 seconds there is a new victim of identity theft. A criminal could be applying for loans in your name, selling your personal information on the dark web. Now, protecting your identity can be very easy thanks to LifeLock by Norton. No one company can prevent all identity theft or monitor every transaction of every business, but LifeLock is simple and easy to protect yourself, and you'll save up to 25% off your first year when you go to LifeLock.com or call 1-800-LifeLock. Just use the promo code Hannity.
Termites, even maybe. Call Pacific Coast Termite for a free home inspection. Call 800-PACIFIC, PacificCoastTermite.com.
Pacific Coast Termite kills termites
The clean, friendly way.
Get a rebate to remove your lawn and put in California-friendly plants. For water-saving tips, go to BeWaterwise.com.
Handle on the news.
Handle on the news.
And now, here's Bill Handel.
And good morning. As a matter of fact, not a very good morning. It's a Wednesday, May 25th. Bill Handel here and the morning crew. And as you can guess, we are going to spend the morning talking about what happened in Uvalde, Texas yesterday morning. And we're going to take various spins on that because there are many different aspects of what happened. Response, what the government is doing, what the senators are doing, obviously talk about gun control, and some thoughts that I have, and it's pretty depressing stuff to say the least. Okay, just a quick hello, and then we're going to get right to it. Morning, Jen.
Morning, Handel. I am listening right now to the...
good morning, Wayne. Yeah, hi, Bill. Ready to get into this. Yeah, unfortunately, Alex, good morning. I don't know where Alex is. Running around someplace. Good morning, Tyler. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
Good morning, Bill.
All right, good morning. I'm just getting... Jen?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Now I can.
Okay, yeah. So I just wanted to let you know that I am listening to some new stuff. I actually just took part of an interview from Fox News that they were doing this morning with the lieutenant who was at the scene in Uvalde, Texas this morning. So I have some new information as we get into the lead story.
Okay, so let's do that. It's time for Handle on the News. Jennifer Jones-Lee, Wayne Resnick, and me. Lead story is exactly what we've been talking about. And as news comes in, and this ends up happening on a regular basis whenever a tragedy or a major news event like this happens, news comes in incrementally, some of it initially wrong, and then it has to be corrected. For example, or the numbers keep on increasing, which happened yesterday, as the numbers of the kids reported being shot and killed just kept on going up and up, which is not unusual. So let's go to Jennifer with the very latest, some of which just came in.
Okay, so what I just learned was from Lieutenant Olivares, who is at the scene at Uvalde, at the middle school, or the elementary school, in Uvalde, Texas. According to him this morning, let's just walk back through this whole thing. So this started yesterday with a domestic disturbance between the 18-year-old shooter and his grandmother. I did find out he did live with his grandparents. He shot his grandmother in the forehead. I don't know why in that situation. It was reported all overnight that the grandmother was dead. She is not. She is in critical condition, which will be key to this investigation because if she pulls through, she could provide what triggered this whole thing in the first place. So, it'll be wonderful, A, if she survives, but B, on top of it, she'll be a key point in this investigation. He apparently shot her in the head, took her truck, loaded whatever weapons he had into the truck and the ammo. He had trouble driving it, so it looks like it was a stick shift and he didn't know how to drive it. He finally gets it into gear, takes it just a few blocks and crashes it into a concrete drainage ditch. Did he do that on purpose in this area? Was his goal to attack this school? That's what investigators are still trying to figure out. Or could it have been he didn't know how to drive this vehicle, crashed, and went, well, look what's across the street, that's now my target. Apparently, he gets out of the truck in tactical gear, takes the weapons with him, engages with a school resource officer who is there. The school resource officer is injured in that. It looks like a minor wound in that, but the shooter is able to get by him, barricades himself in now what we have learned is a fourth grade classroom that had both third and fourth graders in it that ranged in age from 7 to 10. There were 19 kids who were killed when he barricaded himself in this classroom, 2 adults as well. What we did just find out that there were kids who survived, so he did not take out the entire classroom.
All right, so we'll get some information from the kids as to what happened inside the classroom and why one survived and the others did not. The other question is, and I haven't gotten this information or seen it, do we know specifically the weapons that were used? Originally, it was reported a handgun and a long gun, a rifle, now 2 AR-15s, which had been purchased a week before on his birthday.
And that I do not have that information. You're right that he did. It looks like on that 18th birthday, he went and purchased